There's only one thing rightly said about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that if they kill a character, then they're going to create probably 10 more characters for you. After the killings in Multiverse of Madness, Marvel has introduced their newest arrow to their quiver of superheroes, Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel. She'll be making her debut next month, and here's what we know about her new powers. Let's talk about her comic book appearance and previous powers first. As many comics fans might know, Kamala Khan is an Inhuman in comics. She happened to discover her powers after the Inhuman King, Black Bolt, set off a Terrigen bomb during the Infinity, which is a comic event. But through her character, Marvel had the agenda to turn the Inhumans into the X-Men. This effort didn't bear fruit for them. Although she was occasionally shown to get caught up in Inhuman business, they failed to portray her as an ambassador for that Marvel universe the way Wolverine could be for the X-Men. As a result, her powers were being reworked for the show. Now, how is she being portrayed in the show? Kamala Khan, played by Iman Vellani, is a pro gamer and a fan fiction writer who's a super huge fan of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. If you've watched the trailer, then you know that she loves to daydream about saving the world. But when she's in high school, she probably needs to save herself first. The upcoming live-action Disney Plus series is set to handle Kamala's ups and downs as a teenager, while also eventually doing a deep dive into her newfound powers. The new promo gives more insight into her cosmic power set, and it's way different than her powers in comics. The new promo that dropped on May 8th, 2022 shows Kamala getting her powers and how she tries to understand them. You must have seen some purple bands and purple energy around Kamala in the promo. Now, what does that mean? It means that Kamala doesn't appear to have latent Inhuman DNA, as she had in the comics, and she gets her powers from a pair of cosmic bands that she wears on her wrists. Somewhat like how Ben 10 had to watch to turn him into a superhero, except that Kamala's not physically transforming. We're yet to discover where she gets these bands from, but hey, we have a whole season to figure that out. These bands allow her to create purple energy constructs, which include a big fist to punch villains and increased flexibility. And that isn't all. As we also saw her use her powers to stop a bus, is this only us, or are you also getting flashbacks of some other superheroes doing this? She's also seen jumping from a roof with her powers glowing around her. Mysterious purple energy isn't the only gift that Kamala has, as she also has shapeshifting powers. We saw that her internal struggle manifested in the form of her shapeshifting into a superhero idol, Captain Marvel, in the recent trailers. She portrayed quite differently from her origins in the comics, particularly since early on much of her story revolved around her identity. For the foreseeable future, we can't see Inhumans appear in the MCU in an official capacity, and it seems like it'll remain that way. What all that means for Kamala and how it all pays off is something that we'll have to wait to find out, but it'll be one of the show's big talking points. The show writer has something to say about the new powers. Talking about the difference in powers, Sana Amnat, one of the show writers, said that the power Kamala has looks different because it is different. She also says that they discussed the change beforehand, and to them, this made sense. Changing Khan's powers was the right thing to do, as there are bigger plots to narrate. Also, the show's an adaptation, so Kamala's powers were also changed so that they seem bigger in scope in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, we get it, you guys are going big. Amanat reassures fans that despite the cosmic changes, Khan's powers are still fun and bouncy. The essence of what the powers are in the comics is there, both from a metaphorical standpoint and from a visual standpoint. In response to the classics Kamala Khan beat 'em down move, Amanat says not to worry, we're doing the embiggened fist. What else do we know about the show? Ms. Marvel is going to be released on Disney Plus on June 8th in 2022, and most awaited day is just around the corner. Iman Vellani, a 19-year-old Pakistani Canadian, plays the superhero. The show marks the actress's first acting role in her young career, and we must add that what a great start that is. The show is directed by a team consisting of some really incredible people, namely Bad Boys for Life and Batgirl directors Bilal Fallah and Adil El Arbi, Mira Minan, and Sharmeen Ebaid Chinoy. Bisha K. Ali serves as the creator and head scribe of the series, and the show being overseen by Marvel Studios. The MCU series has a stellar cast and includes Matt Lintz and Bruno Corelli, Cigar Sheik as Kamala's older brother, Amir Khan, and Aramis Knight as Red Dagger. The show also features famous actors from all over the world, including the likes of Yasmin Fletcher, Laurel Marsden, Zenoba Shroff, Maran Kapoor, Anjali Bamani, and some notable Bollywood and Lollywood actors, Mewish Hayat, Farhan Akhtar, Nimra Buka, and Fawad Khan also make the cut. Who will be the villains? It's not known what threats our superhero will be facing. Will her powers be used to only stop buses, or will she see her encounter some Avenger-level threats? But whatever it will be, it's clear that it'll be a lot for a high schooler to take on. Ms. Marvel comes right after Moon Knight and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and appears to provide some balance to the mad universe created by Doctor Strange. The series looks to be a bit more relatable though, the story and relationships, and would definitely remind the viewers of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, particularly Spider-Man Homecoming. However, we're excited to explore Kamala as a subcontinental American superhero and see how this narrative fits in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also, the show is Marvel's first Muslim superhero representation. The question that many superhero fans, Asian kids, asked while growing up was where they fit in the picture that Marvel is painting. They finally got an answer when Marvel first introduced its Asian superhero in Shang-Chi and did not stop there. And now we've got another superhero of Asian heritage. The difference is that she's a brown Supergirl. Took a long time for them, but they finally made it. Iman Vellani, aka our Ms. Marvel, is the first Pakistani Muslim Marvel superhero. We saw her talking to the Imam in the recent promo, and also saw glimpses of people offering prayer in the mosque. Talking about this, Iman said that it was an honor and a privilege that Marvel trusted her to bring Ms. Marvel to life. She also said that the show really represents the teenagers who think they know it all, but haven't experienced anything yet. So trusting Marvel to have another masterpiece ready for us. Let's talk about other related Ms. Marvel news. Ms. Marvel gets a theatrical release in Kamala's hometown. Although it's a series, still it doesn't mean that it can't be shown in theaters. Alongside a streaming release on Disney Plus on June 8th, Ms. Marvel will premiere theatrically in Pakistan after its second episode drops on TV Plus. Talk about going big. The character recently starred in a 5-episode miniseries, Ms. Marvel Beyond the Limit, whose finale hinted that the Kamala-centric multiverse narrative will continue sometime this summer. She'll also appear in a collection of team-up comics, beginning with Ms. Marvel and Wolverine #1 in July. A crossover we definitely did not expect. Also, Kamala is heard to be brushing her teamwork skills, as she'll be seen next in the Neela DaCosta-directed film, The Marvels, currently scheduled to release July 28, 2023. That's a whole lot of superhero con. Is Ms. Marvel going to space? Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel, do these characters only have similar names, or are their fates also going to be entangled? Well, we can't wait to find out. News says there's a chance Ms. Marvel can go to space, as she's a Captain Marvel fan. And hey, they also sent Spider-Man to space, and he was also an Avengers fan, precisely saying he was Iron Man obsessed. Maybe we're reading too much into it, or maybe the plan is to introduce something between Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel along the same lines as Spider-Man and Iron Man. Marvel teenage superheroes and their sidekicks. By now you must have known, along with great responsibility, sidekicks also come with superpowers for teenage superheroes. So who's the sidekick for Ms. Marvel? Kamala's just following the footsteps of Spider-Man, as her friend Bruno, played by Matt Lintz, is seen alongside in her promos. But that's not all, as her mother, Muniba, played by Zenobia Shroff, is also there to remind her that she's not alone as she navigates becoming a hero. Getting some Aunt May flashbacks? Not one, but 2 teen superheroes? There's even a little glimpse of another teen hero, Red Dagger, played by Into the Badlands actor Aramis Knight. How this superhero fits into Kamala's life and how he'll help her before she gets boosted to the big screen will become clearer when Ms. Marvel hits Disney Plus on June 8th. And that's a wrap for this video. So what do you think about Ms. Marvel's new powers? What are your theories for the show? Do let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button for more videos like this. See you at the next one.